Let's make some noise. Let's hear some from you, Spurs.
Say what?
I hear some of you in the background. Probably not the club's favourite chant, but there you go.
Yeah.
How is everybody doing? I hope you are all excited for today's fixture against Nottingham Forest. It is the first time we have played them for quite some time, so you're in for a very special game. For anybody who doesn't know me, my name is Matt Tarr. You will find me on Spurs Play. How many of you have got Spurs Play?
Yeah.
Okay, quite a few of you. That's good. I was hoping so, because I know £45 is a little bit steep in the old climate crisis these days. I'm glad some of you have got it. So I host a show called Extra Time, where I take you behind the scenes of life at Tottenham Hotspur. Myself and Rebecca can be found on there every single week. So if you haven't got it yet, definitely get involved. But I don't want to talk too much today, because I wanted to bring you a special guest before today's game. That's why the sound is off. You will get some build up, don't worry. It won't all be me talking nonsense before we kick off. But I wanted to treat you to a little Q&A with a club legend. Some of you might have seen him as we entered the room. The chants are going off already. He goes by the name of Ledley King, so I'll bring him to the stage very shortly. But who's a Ledley King fan in here? There's going to be quite a few. Come on! Right, we're getting some noise for Ledley, right? That's the way we're going to go here. That's fine. He's made over 250 appearances for the club. Obviously appeared for England as well. He enters stage left, signing shirts already. This is a man of the people right here. What a guy. An icon of this club. Obviously, since his retirement, he's been a club ambassador, meeting fans all over the world. Ladies and gentlemen, Ledley King, everybody, come on! You good? Good man, good man. We will get a mic over to you, don't you worry, Des. Oh, here we go, on the side. How we sounding? You sounding good? Oh. Go now. There you go.
Hello?
Hey! We got you, Les. Ledley, talk to me in front of everybody here. We had a little brief conversation earlier. Nottingham Forest. It's been a while since we've played them. What are your thoughts on today's fixture?
Well, I think there's no easy games in the Premier League. Obviously, it's a massive game for them at their home ground. Their fans will be right behind them, and I think it's important that we start the game particularly well. And whether the storm, whether there will be or not, the first 15 minutes for them will be really important to get a foothold in the game. So we will have to settle into the game quickly, but I think that hopefully we'll be very comfortable in the game once we do that. And I'm expecting a nice comfortable win today, but you just never know. It's just a Premier League, as I say, and we will still have to play well.
Absolutely. Forest are a team who have come up from the Championship. They're obviously still in the early days of the season. We're still in August, which seems crazy to me. But they're a team with a tail between there. They're very excited.
Yeah.
Is this a game that you'd like to play in yourself against a newly promoted side who are pretty excited to be back in the big time?
Every game is the same for me. I love every game. So, of course, yeah. And as I say, their fans are going to be right behind them at the start of the game. They're going to be excited for this one, and it's up to us to perform at our level. And if we do that, we should be able to win.
Yes, absolutely. Now I've got to ask you, before I come round and ask a couple of you guys, score prediction for today, Les. What are you saying to me?
I think 2-0. I think hopefully a comfortable 2-0, if not 3-1. I think we'll be a two goals clear regardless. But as I say, difficult games, no easy ones. So hopefully the manager, we know that the manager is on it, and we'll make sure that the players are ready for the go.
Absolutely. Who agrees with Ledley King's 2-0 score prediction? There's a few hands up. There's some light applause. 3-1, I'm seeing. 1-0.
No.
Wow, you guys are confident. Absolutely love it. 25 billion nil. If we get that, I will buy you every drink you eat for the rest of your life, honestly. It would be absolutely incredible. As many fans, and we talked a little bit earlier about Spurs Play, many people will have seen you on tour in South Korea with the men's first team. You and I were out in Louisville just last week with the women's first team on their pre-season tour. How have you found it, the summer so far? And what have you enjoyed about it?
It's been been a crazy summer, busy summer. It still feels like pre-season because, as you say, we've just come back from women's pre-season in Louisville, which was a great experience for the women's team to compete against opposition from across the world. I'm sure it was great for their education. Of course, the men's team in South Korea was great as well, especially taking Sonny with us. It was a whole different experience. I've been to South Korea in 2005, I think it was. So to come back, now with Sonny in tow of the team, it's just a totally different place. The lads really enjoyed that, and of course we went to Israel as well for a few days to play out there. So yeah, it's been a busy pre-season, but the preparation has been great. I'm sure everyone's seen the hard work that the players have been putting in over the pre-season, and hopefully that will come into fruition during the season.
Definitely. It seems to be paying off so far. You guys will have seen Antonio putting the lads through their paces, half of them collapsing on the field out in South Korea, which was crazy scenes. But we've seen from the first 3 games so far this season that hard work is paying off. When it gets difficult, like it did against Wolves last week, Harry Kane comes through and grinds out that win with a fantastic header. So it's clear that Conte's efforts and all the stuff that the lads are going through is working so far.
Yeah, well, first and foremost, they're a happy bunch. Seeing them out there, they're really happy. They feel that their level was risen from last season with the players that we brought in. And yeah, they're happy to put in the work. They trust the manager, and I believe that it's coming to fruition already. Look at the Chelsea game, and again the Wolves game. In the latest stages of the game, still being able to kick on and believing in their fitness that they can go on and win a game or get an equaliser. So that's going to be important for us.
Absolutely. Right, the time has come for me to come around to some of you guys. Ledley's going to be up the front here, and I want to take some questions from you. If anyone's got something that they want to ask of the king himself right at the front already, talk to me.
So, how does it feel just watching instead of playing?
What an excellent question. That is superb.
It feels a lot easier. That's for sure. For the first couple of years, it was quite difficult because I still felt probably still had a lot to give apart from my one knee really. It was causing me problems. Now it's been 10 years already. I've retired, which is crazy. So the game has changed. I think the lads are even more fit than they were during my time. And now I just enjoy it. I just enjoy watching the team. I've seen where the team have fun the team have done in the recent years since I retired, and now I can just watch it and enjoy it as a fan.
Let me come over this side, Ledley. Let me come. I've seen some hands up. Let me come. I'll come back to you, my friend. Let me come over here very quickly. Talk to me.
Ledley, I'm a big fan of you, but I've got one question. Messi or Ronaldo?
Putting him on the spot right there. There's some cameras around. One of them's going to be very unhappy if he picks.
To be honest, you can't go wrong with either of them. People are dividing on the two. I think it's just what you prefer. Me, I've always been a Messi man in terms of just.
So now they're back to not happy.
I like both of them. In terms of pure genius, it's when you see someone with your own eyes doing things that no one can do, that's what Messi can. Now they will obviously go down and break all the records. I just think for pure natural talent, it's Messi.
That's very diplomatic.
Greatest moment in the Tottenham shirt?
Greatest moment in the Tottenham shirt. And there's been quite a few for this guy, let's be honest.
Winning. Of course, winning the cup, being captain of the team. To win the cup, that's the proudest moment. I would say I played in the final when I was 20, 21 at the time, the first final. It was in Cardiff. We lost that one, and at the time, you think another one's going to come quickly. The next one was 6-7 years later. I'm captain by then, and I was determined not to let this opportunity go by. And it could be my last opportunity, really. So, that was a special moment.
Last man to lift the trophy for Tottenham Hotspur, this guy. What an absolute legend. Let's hope this season is the next time we get one. Come on, Eddie.
Who's the best player you played with?
tough one.
I played with a lot of great players. No, it's really difficult because even when I see someone else have to ask this question, you have to leave so many great players that you played with. So naturally, everyone becomes very disappointed when you just pick one player. But I would say I think Gareth reached the highest level of anyone I played with. So when he left the club, for me, he was probably third best player in the world at the time, probably behind Messi and Ronaldo. His last season at the club was probably the highest standard that I've seen anyone play during my time. The goals he was scoring were incredible. So I'd probably say Gareth. After that, probably Luka Modric after that. So yeah, Gareth probably the best.
Boo. 1 or 2 legend. Come on. Trace out, lads. We've got another great question which follows on from that one.
Hardest player you've ever played against?
Hardest opponent, Ledley. Who's your toughest opponent in your time at Spurs?
I don't know if there was anyone who consistently caused me problems. So it's
Come on, that's the confidence I'm talking about right there. That's a man who knows he's a king. You know what I mean?
I just mean that someone can cause you a problem in one game, but you make sure it doesn't happen the next game. Well, probably in terms of who was always a difficult game was probably Kevin Davis. I don't know if you've heard of him. I would say Henry was the best striker. But I think I played against him 12 times. I think he scored 2, so it's not too bad. But in terms of someone who's always just a nuisance, someone like Kevin Davis, he played for Bolton, and Bolton played a lot of long balls. So it was a constant fight with him. If every long throw came into the box, it was always a battle with him. So he's probably the only one who sticks to mind in terms of who was a constant nuisance. So probably Kevin Davis.
Kevin Davies, love that. One for some of the older ones in the room. I don't think any of the young generation know too much about him, but there you go. All right, my friend, talk to me.
So Romero's been known as sort of a defender with a dark art, like pulling Kukure's hair and the way he goes about defending. Is that something that we've missed at the club, that person maybe a bit of a wind up in the defence to aggravate attackers?
Is that something that we've missed?
Yeah, have we missed being a bit nasty, lads? Are we too nice?
I know what you mean. Definitely, I think that it's always important to have these types of players. I think Charles is probably one of them as well. Every argument, every battle, them two will be in the middle of it somewhere. And when they're in your team, you love it. You love players like that. For me, I always said, as a defender, everyone's different, but for me, I was always trying to keep my concentration. I was trying to not get too emotional during games because I've seen it so many times before where as a defender, you get emotional in 1 minute, the next minute you're picking the ball out of your net. So that was always something I was very conscious of, just trying to focus and concentrate throughout the game. But there's no doubt that Romero is someone who plays on the edge. That's the way he plays, and he's been fantastic since he came to the football club. I think he's only going to get better. So yeah, I do definitely. Every team definitely needs these types of players for sure.
Nice. All right, let's go this side.
Kane or Son?
Let's get someone to pick between their children. What's going on? Kane or Son? Unbelievable. Good luck answering this one. I'll leave that to you.
Kane or Son what? They're very different. They're very different players. They need each other, I think. They complement each other perfectly. They're very different players.
Kane and Son, all right?
Yeah, exactly.
Of course, come on.
They come together.
Yeah, exactly. They're together as a package. Right, talk to me. Time for a couple more.
What inspired you to play football?
Beautiful.
Well, I was probably playing football when I was young because I love playing football. It was the first thing. It was just something that I enjoyed at a very young age. And obviously as I got older, I played more and more and I improved. And I started to watch football on the TV and see heroes, and naturally that was something that I wanted to do as a kid. So I just made sure I continue to work as hard as possible, and make sure I followed my dreams. So I say it was something that I just enjoyed doing. So it made it easy for me. When you enjoy it, it doesn't feel like work at all. I have to say also that for my family to try and do something good for my family was important to me as well. And I sensed from a young age that I could probably do that with football. So as I say, I worked as hard as possible.
Amazing, you definitely achieved that, Les. There's a reason that this guy has a mural on the wall down the road. Absolutely fantastic, what a guy. Right, I'm going to come to the final question because I know we want to get a little bit of build up before the game kicks off. So, let's make it a good one. Here we go.
Who do you think is the greatest Spurs player that's ever played for Spurs, apart from yourself, of course?
Nice. Well said.
That's another. You guys are a difficult question. That's too difficult because I always think it's important to have a real understanding of how good players was. You need to play with them, you need to see them constantly. I've not seen everyone consistently, so it'd be difficult. I think everyone has their own opinions on who's the best. I couldn't say because there's too many players that I haven't seen enough of to be able to say.
But you're definitely up there, Ledley. Unquestionably, you are not only a fan favourite, but one of the greatest players who has ever played in this beautiful, well, I'm not even wearing a Lily White shirt, but the Lily White shirt, absolutely. So guys, and Ledley, first of all, can we get some noise for Ledley King, please? Thank you so much. During the game, so we will sort out an orderly queue, anyone who wants to say hello, but let's not try and bombard the good man too quickly. We will get some build up now before the game kicks off. I don't want to leave it too long, but thank you all so much for coming out. As I said before, make sure if you haven't already, get your hands on Spurs play. Let's not all go too